We're making roasted cabbage. This is actually very delicious and easy to make. Start off by heating the oven to 400 degrees. I already have a very large cabbage, and I used a little bit of it in another recipe. So I'm going to remove these leaves that are just loose looking, and it had already been rinsed off before I started videotaping, and I decided I don't like that one either. So what we're going to do is cut them into 1-inch thick slices, so approximately 1 inch thick. So about that thick, and you need a big knife for this. Okay. And what we're going to do is put them on a large cookie sheet. So get out your ickiest cookie sheet, baking sheet, whatever you want to call it. And I'm getting close to the core, and I don't want to cut my fingers. And I'm not super strong, so that makes it interesting. So I got a little bit of the core in here, but I don't really want that, so I'm just going to cut that off. And I got some of the core in here, but rather than mess with it right now, I decide I'm going to just put it on the cookie sheet, and after it's baked, if I don't like it, I'll just take it off. So now I'll show you what we're going to do on the cookie sheet. So now that I fit them all on a cookie sheet, I'm going to drizzle with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So the amount definitely depends on the size, and you're just drizzling. Okay, so that was 1 tablespoon and a few, and maybe I'll just spread it around with the back of the spoon. You don't have to be exact. And then I'll do the other pieces over here. Drizzle a little bit on, a little bit on, a little bit on. Spread it. And you notice I'm not doing the side that's touching the pan, so that's interesting compared to the cauliflower recipe that I also show on this channel. Now I'm going to sprinkle on some salt and pepper, and the phone's ringing, but that's too bad because I'm doing a video. Okay. And there it goes. And salt. I'm doing big salt. You can do regular salt, but I kind of ran out. And then some pepper. And then it's ready to go into the preheated oven. Okay, so we're getting close here. If you want more pepper, you can just use pepper that's already ground. I actually like pepper in these. And baking the cabbage brings out this really great flavor that you wouldn't think would be there. Okay, so now we're ready to put it in the oven. I'm putting these into the middle rack of the oven, and I'm going to bake it for a total of 40 minutes, but halfway through I am going to turn them. So I'll set 2 timers, one for 40 minutes and one for 20 minutes. Yeah, I know, I like 2 timers. All right, they're halfway done, and I took them out of the oven to flip them, and how you flip them is gingerly. So I'm actually getting out spatula, but they do kind of come apart, so you got to do it carefully. So just do it as well as you can. This one, I'm just going to do the center one. I don't care. And use a pot holder if you want. I'm making this up as I go along. So there's one. They're coming off. Coming off the tray. Oh, great. Okay. And I've got one more over here to do. And now they're going to go in the oven for about another 20 minutes. Well, the cabbage is done, and I might put a little bit of salt and pepper on it before I serve it. It makes it really tender. You can cut it with a knife and fork, and these are pretty big portions, so I'll probably serve maybe half of one of these circles per person.